I was the last one to speak to Allie on the phone. We were always in communication.
More than a year has passed since John and Joanne Lowitzer's 16-year-old daughter Allie got off a school bus near her home just outside Houston and simply vanished.
She had texted a few people, and then at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, all of that stopped.
I kind of knew that night that something was wrong, but I tried to suppress it, just thinking that I was overreacting.
Her disappearance prompted the grim responses we all know so well. The posters, the searches, the local news coverage. And there was something else typical of missing persons cases. 20 different psychics promised the Lowitzers their visions could help bring Allie home.
I see water and I see trees, dirt, but it's all very vague.
It's heart-wrenching to have somebody lead you to an area like that and tell you that this is where they think she is.
But 16 torturous months later, Allie is still missing.
There were times where it was very upsetting, and I broke down and cried. I'm not ashamed to admit it. You know, when somebody tells you that your daughter's in pieces. You don't take that very easily.
What could be worse than a person who has a loved one, they don't know what's happening with that loved one, and this person, because of fame and money, steps in and tries to act like an authority.
Banachek, the magician who conducted our psychic challenge, is a sworn enemy of so-called psychic detectives who insert themselves into missing persons cases.
What you're saying is that they're manipulating desperate people.
Absolutely they are. I mean, they are taking advantage of these people.
He says they often send police out on wild goose chases, wasting precious time and resources.
Again, at this time, there are no bodies that have been recovered.
Earlier this summer, a tip from a psychic about 30 dead bodies sent police and the media in Texas scrambling. It turned out to be a fool's errand.
This person claimed that they were psychic.
This person made several different claims in part of our investigation.
It happens all the time, in case after case. Yet retired FBI agent Brad Garrett says in 30 years of law enforcement, he's never seen a psychic solve a mystery.
As far as finding a victim, finding remains, finding evidence, or in any way helping to solve the case, that's never been my experience. So it's really a disservice to victims.
Who do you know of by the name of Key?
Psychic Sylvia Brown was involved in one infamous TV moment on the Montel Williams show. She told Craig and Pam Atkers that their missing son, Sean Hornbeck, had been kidnapped by a dark-skinned man in a blue car.
Vehicle is a blue sedan, and I think it's a Chevrolet.
And that he'd been killed.
There are 2 jagged boulders.
And he could be found near
He's near the boulders.
Is he still with us?
Nearly 4 years later, every prediction she made turned out to be wrong, and Sean Hornbeck was found alive.
This is probably the best day of our lives.
Sylvia Brown later apologized.
Here's somebody that's holding up hope. They're holding out all kinds of hope. They're searching, and then you tell them your kid's dead. Turns out, no, your kid isn't dead. Your kid's been kidnapped.
That's terrible.
Horrible, disgusting.
Banachek uses magic tricks to prove that magical powers are just an illusion.
Oh, there's wheels on this.
Yes.
This is a toy, no, not a truck. It's a toy school bus. Am I right about that?
How did you know that?
Is it a 3?
Yes.
And then a 5?
Yes.
You take it. Just shake it. Think it's going to bend. You got to really want it to. You can do it like this, too. Watch me. Watch.
It might look like he's bending metal with his mind, but he says
That's
it's
crazy.
just sleight of hand.
Psychic phenomena has not been proven in a laboratory yet. It's not science. It never has been science.
To prove his point, when he was just 18, Banachek managed to discredit parapsychologists at Washington University. He fooled them for more than 3 years.
To be quite honest, we cheat.
Why go to all this trouble? Because Banachek believes that some psychics aren't just fakers, they're dangerous frauds.
People base life and death decisions upon what a psychic tells them. Should I change jobs? What should I do with my money? How should I invest my money?
As any search engine will tell you, psychics get arrested for deceiving gullible clients all the time.
Is every psychic out there a fraud?
I don't like to call them all frauds. There are those that are frauds. There's other ones that truly believe that what they're doing is genuine. What I can do is say maybe they're self-deceived.
Banachek says when psychics like James Von Prague purport to see spirits from beyond the grave,
waves of love, it really is. It's waves of love.
He thinks they've crossed the line.
I think those people are scum. I really, really think they're scum, because grieving is a part of death. And when you're going to convince them that you can actually talk to their dead relative because you want to, quote, make them feel better. I can give crack to a junkie. That make him feel better doesn't mean that it's good for them.
I can just feel bad energy. The dark spirits in here. Is there something you want?
But if you really want to get Banachek going, just mention the TV show Psychic Kids.
Dead people speak to me.
Banachek says it borders on child abuse.
I think that's a horrific show. I think you're taking advantage of children.
The show purports to help kids troubled by their ability to see spirits.
Jacob is a little boy ghost who follows me everywhere. Jacob won't let me sleep at night.
Every single episode, there's a possession, or there's a demon in the house, or there's a ghost doing something.
Freddy usually taps on the window.
Columbia psychology professor Lisa Miller was a featured expert on the show in 2008 and 2009. She believes these children are having valid psychic experiences.
Is he anything like Freddy?
Nah, no.
No. When Freddy came, did he give you some feeling of companionship?
With these children, many of them believe that they're being visited by demons or by spirits. Or
I believe that this is a sacred positive. I can say through direct work with the children, their gift is a gift that is given in love.
Once somebody pushed me off the bed. It was Freddy's mom.
The children that I saw were afraid to sleep in their own beds and convinced that these spirits were going to do harm to them.
Every single one of us has a natural capacity to connect beyond the material world. And if that's supported by our parents and encouraged, then it's not frightening.
Were any of those kids traumatized?
The children I met through Psychic Kids were beautiful people, and they overall had very high IQ. Thank you. I'd like to not comment on them beyond that, because our work was between us.
Do you ever think that it's being used fraudulently or disingenuously?
I think that any human faculty can be used for a broad range of purposes, and things can be used positively.
But surely you don't believe that everybody out there...
I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm finding it hard to relate to this discussion. Are we about done?
Banachek and Randy get to keep their $1 million prize for another day. But even though there's no winner, we're about to see that remarkable, even otherworldly experiences do happen.
Didn't I talk about a rainbow in your reading?
Yeah, you did.
Your mom saying about a rainbow.
Right before our eyes.
Even more, the ideomotor response is telling me that it's face down again.
No, it is not.
It is face down again.
It's turning. It's turning. That defies laws of physics.